Welcome back, everybody, to the Yap, the greatest podcast that you've never heard of until today. So, thank you for coming in and stepping in our warm pool of nothingness and vibes. I am your host, Uptown Lupo 420, aka otherwise known as Jim. I'm here joined as always by my co-host Abner. He's a guy that is in finance who maybe has his own island who engaged in certain things that we are not legally
I am
allowed to talk
not.
about.
I am not world-class financier, Jeffrey Epstein. If that's what you're ensuing, pal.
I just I don't know, it's just I had a wall of sticky notes and thumbtacks with various strings on it. I was trying to draw a conclusion, but I guess I was just swing and a miss. I have to take everything down now. Highly inconvenient. But what's going on, bud? What's new with you?
Nothing much. I'm about to go to Germany. Yeah,
Are you excited?
yeah, I am.
Are you gonna make them walk around and apologize?
No, I'm gonna give everyone 10 thank yous.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Every German person I see, I'm just gonna do 10 thank yous to them.
That's cool. Um,
What's new with you, buddy? Anything new?
Nothing much. I stopped being a chud and I am back on my fitness grind set. And I almost passed out at the gym today because I did a little bit too much cardio. So maybe that's why I kind of sound like I have a stroke.
How much cardio did you do?
I did like 50 minutes. But yeah, I did 30 minutes and then I did leg stuff. So I did a hack squat and leg press thing. And then I did calves and leg extension and then whatever the other one is that targets the hamstrings. And then after
Mm.
all that, I said, after blasting my legs really badly, I should go back on the elliptical and just keep doing cardio. And I think it really just kind of drained me the whole thing. So once it hit like 20 minutes on the second batch of cardio, I was like, oof, feeling a little lightheaded here. So I stepped off, and I think that was probably the best decision. Especially, being the only tryhard in a Planet Fitness makes me feel really dorky.
Yeah, you're a dork for that.
Yeah. It's nice though sometimes. Like I was thinking about it recently when I got home from the gym. Like maybe it's like your environment. Like what do they say about like you become like your friend group or whatever? Like if you're just surrounded by a bunch of like
Are you calling
non
all our friends lazy?
No, but like in the gym, like in Planet Fitness, nobody in there is really like an athlete. Like you get like hot chicks that are just hot and they like do their little like leg press or like leg extension where they like tie the strap to their leg and like kick up in the air. They're doing their own thing.
Uh-huh.
And there's usually like the one or two like actually jack guys in the gym, and they're usually off in their own like little corner, and they've been set up there for like 3 hours doing God knows what. And the rest of us normies are just out here doing God knows what with beautiful form, highly educated techniques, you know. But I was just thinking about that when I got home today. Like, I don't have that dog in me. Like, I think about like athletes and like UFC fighters and all that stuff. How they find like what do you call it? Maybe it's like the competitive spirit or like killer intent, whatever that word you want to use.
I don't know. I think you're taking working out too seriously, bro. You're just supposed to go and do like an hour into working out. It's not like it's
Yeah,
not
but if
supposed to be an athletic event.
yeah, but if I had that, if I had like a better mentality, I probably would be in shape better or at least be more consistent with it. I don't know. Maybe that's just me because I usually always go through like phases around like 3 months. Every 3 months, I'll be like super into it, and then I get out of it either because I just like get sick or something, and I just like stay not going to the gym or whatever. That's usually how it works for me, at least. So maybe if I had a different mentality, I might be more consistent, or I might be the Sigma Giga Chad that I was destined to be.
Sure, whatever floats your boat.
Um, so like when you go to Germany, what is there to
Yeah.
do in Germany?
I don't know yet. It's my first time, so I can't tell you.
I um I took a mini vacation last week.
Mm-hmm.
So our work gave us off for Good Friday. And so I said, all right, cool. I'll just take off Thursday and that following Monday. And I was usually working a lot of weekends. So I said, I'm just going to stop everything. And I had a bunch of big ideas for myself. I was like, oh, I'm going to go to Gettysburg and then I'm going to go here and there. And like the actual act of like planning it out and doing it. Like I went on Thursday. By the time I actually got out there and I checked out Valley Forge, I like walked along the trail a little bit. It was already like 4 o'clock. I'm like, God damn, the day's basically over. But oh, speaking of, basically when I did that, I went to Valley Forge, checked that out. It was cool. Thick. The park rangers over there with two C's. All right, crazy, crazy, crazy thick. Whatever they're putting in the water in that Valley Forge park.
That's crazy that you went to Valley Forge and that's like the thing that you noticed the most or cared about the most was
I mean,
the
it was just like
park
I
rangers.
mean, you go and there's like you walk into the visitor center and they do have like a exhibit so you could like see and there's like statues and stuff. I went in and I was like I don't know if I want to like I don't know if this is like I could just walk around and I didn't want to talk to anybody so I had to pee. So I basically walked in, used their bathroom and left. And then I just walked along this like 10-mile trail, which also didn't realize was 10 miles.
Mm.
So like along the way, I guess like every mile or so, that would kind of make sense. I would see like different things. So like there would be um like a reenactment, like a remade log cabin. So like they remade it and like this is what it looks like, and you're like, oh whoa. Then you waddle along again for another mile, and it was like, oh look, this is the there's like a plaque and there's like a cannon. There's like this is where they set up shop and trained for months at a time. And you keep going
Mm.
along, and there's like a big stone arch that they made, which was cool, I guess. I don't know what had happened though because there was a bunch of like cops and ambulances there. So I don't know if I walked into something crazy or not, but I immediately turned around and I said, I think I should go back to my car.
Did you
And
go alone?
yeah, yeah, just vibed out, you know.
There's
Might as
definitely
well.
people there. I'm like, yo, who the fuck's this creep?
Nah, because it was also in the middle of the day on a Thursday. So it really wasn't that populated to begin with. A lot of Asian people, surprisingly. I mean, I don't know about surprisingly, but just I was surprised at so many Asian people specifically. I don't know what they like about Valley Forge. Uh, what else? I checked out. After that, I was like, oh, what's something that's close to here? And I thought that the King of Prussia Mall had a movie theater inside of the mall because I was like, oh, I'll just go. I'll go see a movie or something. So I walked that entire thing too. I basically ended up walking like 10 miles that day because I checked out all three floors of the mall. Dude, walking in there, I felt so poor because like they had just like the one section is like every designer brand and like dudes at the like security guards at the doors and shit. And it's like relax, I'm not gonna steal anything. You got it. That was interesting. And then I finally found the movie theater, but you ever heard of Netflix House?
Yeah, I heard there's one there or something like that.
Yeah, they recently so my imagination is either I could just be completely wrong and thinking of somewhere else, but I'm pretty sure that became the theater became the Netflix House. And I've never been I didn't go inside cuz I was like but I'm pretty sure it's like you can eat shit, you can watch shit. But there was a Regal 10 minutes away. So I went in thinking that it's like the Regal near my place. And when you walk in, there's literally like 8 tablets in a row. So you can just pick like whatever movie you want to see, the time and the seats. And I was like, dope. I don't know what's going on right now. So I'll pick a movie. They didn't have that. And it was literally like the old school dude sitting there with the thing. in like the weird shitty mic. And I was like, "Hey, what's up, dude? What's going on for today?" And he's like, "Oh, you can look up and see what's going on." And I was like, "What's playing right now?" So
What'd you watch?
he lists me a bunch of movies, and I picked the one, and it happened to be the Demon Slayer movie. I was like, okay,
Uh, that's
because he
still
said like
playing?
that's what I was. That's what I said too to Rob. I was like, this is a movie made in 2025. Why is it in theaters? But he was also saying too, like sometimes that's misleading. So like it could come out a little
No,
bit.
that came out last year.
Did it actually? I
Yeah,
don't
that
know.
came
Maybe
out
they were
last year.
just
I watched it when it came out. It's probably like reruns because the second one's supposed to come out, but it hasn't. It's not out yet. I don't know if that makes sense, but
no. That does. They're playing it. They probably also like bought the film. Like I don't know how movie theaters work, but they probably like bought the film and they were like, well, we have it. If we don't have anything to do, we might as well run it. It was literally me and two other people in there. So how popular that was. How popular that movie was a year later.
mm,
Yeah. It was good. I kind of,
sounds like a good time.
it's like watching the ending, couple episodes of Game of Thrones and trying to be like, well, wow, why should I care about these characters? But you can tell they put a lot of money into it, at least. A big budget. What do you think of Demon Slayer?
It's okay.
Just
Like
okay?
the plot's okay. It's not like my type of anime. I just watch it for Ursula. She likes it.
Mm, swords and ish.
Not even swords in this. It's just like the plot's so basic. Like it's just like eh. The
Mm,
animation carries it.
yeah. Yeah, I didn't know what else to watch, so I did that and then I ended up checking out Dick's outlet shop too.
Uh-huh.
So that was more
How's
walking on
that?
top of all the walking that I did. I thought there was gonna be good deals, man. At least like when I go to up to the mountains in the summer for like a my family like vacation, we'll hit up like the Pocono outlets. That actually is like good deals. That's like shit's on clearance. The Dick stuff was like, oh yeah, these shoes that were $120, we'll give them to you $60, and it's like you're not throwing that away. You're just discounting it. But maybe that's just how I see. Like when you say outlet to me, that means like we're getting rid of this. It's getting thrown away if you don't buy this. But yeah, the fuck are you doing over there?
I'm fixing my chair. It
I
was
was about to
weird.
say
Uh,
squeaky squeaky ass chair.
bro, what do you think about what's been going on in the world of WWE? I wanted to hear your thoughts. I want to hear what you think. I want to hear everything.
Um, I love everything that's been going on recently. I think that TKO's involvement in the creative of WWE, completely undermining Triple H and The Rock putting his bald penis in there and just kind of stirring up everything that they've been trying to do, completely ruining it, has really, I think, benefited uh the mainstream audience and the non wrestling watchers. And I mean, you look at that through the ticket sales. Ticket sales have never been higher. They've been generating more money than ever. And as somebody that cares about the growth of a business over uh the actual entertainment value, this is great. When they were talking about, they were like, we were glad that Vince McMahon left because we could now finally raise ticket prices. He had ticket prices that were affordable for families. That's so lame. And I completely agree. Um, the creative direction, too, is another thing that I am very happy with. I get to see my GOAT, Logan Paul, the tag champion. He gets a WrestleMania match with not only I Show Speed, but the Usos, the greatest other tag team ever. I get to see that at WrestleMania. I get to see that on night one. It's great.
Are you excited?
I'm so excited. I'm actually pogging. Like that's how excited I am. Like I'm a pog champ right now.
That's crazy that you love Logan Paul that much.
I was saying it earlier in the group chat. I just love. I think I said I when you guys hate on somebody, it is like I am now then drawn to whoever you're hating on. So you guys hated on Logan Paul, and I am now a Maverick. I was actually looking on eBay trying to find like the old Logan Paul Maverick merch. Can't
That's
find it.
gay.
Can't find
That's
it,
so
dude. It's
gay.
so hard to find.
That's
Well,
so gay.
well, like the one I
That
could find, but like the one sweatshirt looks really shitty.
that's so gay. I
So
can't
I'm
believe
like,
you went online to look for that. That's
well, they
so.
WWE doesn't have any good Logan Paul shirts, and the one that they did have was like lame, and actually the only one that I wanted was they didn't have my size. So speaking of, I kind of this is now, we're probably gonna get into a huge wrestling talk, so buckle in, everybody. But not the hugest fan of WWE shirts, man.
Yeah,
They're
their shirts
too
are like only some
way
are
too
really good.
much.
Like there was the one Randy Orton one I wear, the tan one. You know what I'm talking about? That's a good shirt.
Mm.
But like the rest of them just look like
It's just too
the
much. Like
fucking.
I look at it and I go, who is going to buy this? The best
Not even who's
wrestling
gonna buy
shirt to
this, but
me,
it's like ugh. The Bullet Club shirt's pretty cool.
yeah, the best wrestling shirt to me is something that almost can't be construed with wrestling. And I know that kind of sounds like not lame because it's like you're kind of hiding your not the thing that you're passionate about or like your hobby or whatever. But like I had Seth Rollins like architect shirt. That shit was tough. I like a simple design. I don't like some dude's face just slammed on the shirt with like big text as well. Like I don't know. But that just seems like that's all that there is. Oh, I might have to get a men's black CM Punk Nexus retro t-shirt. Might have to get it.
Wear that around Brian. That'd be hilarious.
I might have to get it, dude. Officially licensed WWE gear. See, like this, I don't know. Never mind. They put so like again, the Nexus shirt, right? Literally just an N with a yellow logo on the sleeve. Okay, dope. CM Punk's like hand with the lightning. Okay, that's fine. That's actually cool. Then on the back, they just threw like a cartoony like CM Punk drawing that says CM Punk on it with like a weird outer design. It's like why would I don't like this now. This is corny.
Mm. Dude, I've been like looking, I've been listening to a lot of WWE talk recently because like people aren't happy with how like it's going, and there's so many like different reports about what's going on backstage, what's going on at all. Like for this the Pat McAfee thing, like Ari Emanuel, the CEO of TKO, calling it a favor to do that. If you're Ari Emanuel, this just shows you how they don't know what the people want and how they don't know what is good for wrestling, because they like this dude who's the CEO of a company that controls the UFC, the WWE, and then like bullfighting and slap bet or whatever. This dude thinks that to push a main event over at WrestleMania to get tickets to get bought is to insert Pat fucking McAfee in the main event. That just shows you how retarded he is. Like he's so stupid. And I don't care if he's a billionaire. I don't care. That's just stupid. Like that's just so stupid that you think that Pat McAfee is the thing that's gonna move the needle. People in his own circle don't really like know him or like him that well. You know what I mean? Like if you didn't watch football, Jimmy, or if you didn't watch sports, you wouldn't have any idea who Pat McAfee is. Am I right?
Um if I didn't watch football or I didn't watch sports. Yeah.
So like I don't understand why like he's being pushed as this like next Sylvester Stallone. He's really just like another guy. Um I think the biggest issue is that ever since I think the this is my thing with wrestling. When wrestling was good a couple years ago, it was just hot. It was just like everything they were doing was great. And then 2025 happens and everything was just bad. I don't know what happened. You can say I mean, I'm not going to say Triple H has been great. He's been pretty bad. He's not been the best. The women's division, how he's booked that has been terrible. Um, what else? The tag team division, dude. There's like times I didn't even know who the tag team champion was. Like, I think the Judgment Day didn't defend their tag team titles for like 4 months,
Hmm.
and it's just like he doesn't. I don't know if it's him. I don't know if like I think it's him. I just think he's been a bad booker this past 2 years at least. And I don't know if that's because he like The Rock was involved in the build up to WrestleMania 40 and it made it a lot better with the crowd getting involved and getting Cody in, or but 23 was pretty good too. So like I'm not gonna act like 23 wasn't good. I I don't know. I just think he hasn't been the best and like he's got to change. And this is probably why like TKO get involved because they're like, oh, tickets aren't moving. It's like, yeah, tickets aren't moving because you're charging like $8,000 for tickets when the show's made for like families.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, if you're gonna charge so much for tickets, like you got to present a product that's worth it. But even at its heyday, WWE was not worth it to buy that much. Like you're gonna have like a bunch of celebrities in the crowd that no one that don't really care about wrestling. So you're just gonna have a bunch of douchebags in the crowd that don't care about wrestling. They're just there because you either give them free tickets or they were the only ones able to buy them. Um, Even like in Vince's first years, like where like nothing was good, he was still able to sell out WrestleMania because of how his tickets were priced. They weren't like crazy, like, you know, it wasn't like you had to pay like basically a house mortgage. You don't have to pay a house mortgage to go to WrestleMania. You can when me, Noel and Brian went to WrestleMania for 2 days, it was $700, and we were in like row 134, which is right at the 50-yard line. So we were pretty close. Like we can see everything. And now I think the average ticket price for WrestleMania is that, and that's nosebleeds. Isn't that crazy? For one night, it's $700.
Yeah. I mean, even Randy Orton during SummerSlam when they really first started jacking these prices up, because you can do like the whole like extended meet and greet thing, and so he met with this like couple, and they were like, "Yeah, we paid 60 grand." He said, "You paid that much?" It's just so surprising. And then I forget off the top of my head now. There was somebody that embezzled money from somebody. Like this one, like I'm gonna butcher this now, but there was somebody that basically was embezzling money because they were like the clerk of something, and they were siphoning off resources to do these like WWE premium live experiences for like their kids and shit. It was funny, but yeah, I mean, I agree with you completely. Like any type of entertainment like that, like the Super Bowl is like that kind of to an extent, where it's like when you watch the
The,
Super
Su-
Bowl, you could tell
the
that
Super
all the fans there are like corporate, where it's like they don't actually like have as much passion.
No, I mean I kind of disagree with that one. The Super Bowl
No,
is one of the one.
nah,
What are
that's
you
you can
talking
see that
about?
shit.
No,
You
you
know,
can't. When the
yes,
Eagles
you
went to
can.
the Super Bowl, everyone they were like going crazy for the Eagles.
Yeah, that's because we're goaded with the sauce. But for the most part,
I think
it's
it's
just
when it's in
fucking
a certain arena. Like if it's like the one in LA, like that one, yeah, I'll say yeah. In certain arenas, like the Super Bowl, I mean, I kind of get why it's not affordable. It's like the only game at like in the it's the last game of the season, so it's like yeah, it makes sense why it's like hard to go. Like that's like a once in a lifetime thing. But WrestleMania shouldn't be a once in a lifetime thing for like kids and families. Like they should be able to go every year if they wanted to. Is what I'm saying.
yeah. Oh, here you go. Hold on. So I found the case. A high profile case in New York has drawn attention to alleged money laundering tied to spending on WWE events. The Swiss citizen, former director of Kinderhaus, a German language immersion preschool in Brooklyn, embezzled 2.8 million in tuition payments for from 2022 to 2025 into her own personal PayPal account, and did that about 450 times. Tuition's daycare, in case you're wondering, 48,000. So I could see how very easily you can rack up 2.8 million. She spent at least 350,000 of the stolen money to purchase deluxe VIP packages, including Monday Night Raw. These packages allowed her and her 3 children to meet WWE superstars, enjoy premium seating, and access to exclusive hospitality areas. So yeah, the
Yeah,
only way people can afford these is if they
is to
are
launder money.
money laundering.
And I don't get what like why he thinks like it's okay to do that. Like I don't get why he like the CEO of the company thinks, yeah, if we do this, like it's not gonna work. Like the wrestling isn't meant for celebrities. Wrestling is meant for kids and like people to watch. You know what I mean? Like regular people who like have like regular jobs. That's who wrestling's meant for, not like fucking Jelly Roll, who's just there. Like he can afford it. Not saying Jelly Roll can't watch wrestling, but you know what I mean. Like it's supposed to be for like children to watch. It's supposed to be for them, and like you're pricing out families who want to go but they can't. Also, it didn't help out that you were doing it in Vegas again after you gave it to New Orleans, so that was bad too. It's just everything the
But when you
TKO.
when you think about that, does it matter to you as a wrestling fan whether or not it's in New Orleans or not?
I mean, I think it's probably cheaper in New Orleans. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I just think that
Like,
sometimes from like a wrestling fan's experience, sometimes we get too wrapped up in the things that not I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but like will it affect your WrestleMania experience if it was in New Orleans versus like when you're not gonna fly out to either or. But like for us, like we're just gonna sit there and watch it. Is it really gonna affect our experience that much if it was in New Orleans
well, the
versus Las
point, the
Vegas
point
again?
of it, the point of these cities bidding is because WrestleMania will drive up businesses for everything around it. So New Orleans has a lot of business around there. That let's say someone who like they have more like they have all that stuff in New Orleans that they don't have in Vegas. Let's say some of the people who wanted to go to WrestleMania in New Orleans wanted to do that, but they're not necessarily going to go to Vegas because they don't want to go to Vegas. They don't want to do the attractions there. You know what I mean? Like each city has its own attractions. So like for us, like yeah, we would go to watch WrestleMania, but for some of these people, this is like a vacation. Like they take time off, they go there, they want to do the stuff around the city. So like yeah, I do think it matters where the city is. Not for everyone, but I think for the majority who want to go, it does matter.
I mean, yeah, if you want to
It,
go, but like you're going to watch it from home no matter what. Like for this specific WrestleMania, maybe if you do,
are you just talking about the viewer?
yeah, I'm saying as a viewer, like does that,
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think it's fucked up what they did because they basically used New Orleans to get a bigger bid for Vegas, and I mean, we remember last year's WrestleMania. Nobody cared in the
yeah,
crowd. Nobody cared. So I mean, yeah, I do think it matters. I think Vegas kind of sucks as a city to host WrestleMania. And then next year it's even worse. It's in Saudi Arabia. So it's like obviously like this is what happens when you take something that a majority of the average human loves and you turn it into corporate greed because you can't handle the fact that um it's not making as much money as it could. Like no, that's not how it should work. There's a reason why Vince McMahon and WWE was around for so long because they trusted their process. They trusted what they were doing, and they made it fair for the average human to get get tickets or do whatever they needed to do. But like this new regime is just trash, and it's not Triple H when it comes to like the business portion. It's just Ari Emanuel, man. He sucks. I hate him because the UFC is the same way. Like you can barely afford nosebleeds to UFC events.
yeah,
Did you know
UFC
that?
has always been expensive tickets. They from the start they were always expensive.
But still like now it's like oh my god, like why is it so much to get to like the 200 section? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you have people that will still pay it, and I don't know about the math. Like I don't know how the math works out, but I guess to them, I mean, as long as the events are still selling out and shit, if
Yeah, I mean,
people are going to be paying those huge prices, you might as well milk it for all it's worth. But that's the
but
problem.
they're saying,
You're
but
going to
that
do it
won't
until
work
it's
with the
not.
that won't work with the UFC because I mean not UFC, WWE because the audience for WWE is a lot different than UFC. So
I don't know.
I mean, I mean, yeah, like I just think like, what do you mean? I don't know. It's a different audience. It's not the same audience.
I don't know. Maybe it's because hmm, I have to think about it. I don't know necessarily. Like, yeah, like if, like families aren't tuning in to all sit down together to watch uh UFC. But at least in my experience, like I was kind of the only one that was watching wrestling. It wasn't really like a family thing for me. In fact,
Well, I
when my
mean,
dad, I was like talking about wrestling once when I like first got into it when I was like 8. He was like, "Yo, you know that shit's fake, right?" This is funny.
okay,
Sorry.
but no, I think wrestling is more for families. And UFC is something you watch like with your boys. Like UFC is for like the frat guys who want to bet.
Would you say AEW is for families?
No,
So then what's
AEW is. I would say AEW is for the wrestling purists who just like watching wrestling matches, but I'm not talking about like storytelling wrestling. I'm talking about just doing moves on moves on moves. So in a sense, they're not wrestling purists. They're just marks who think like doing moves on moves on moves with like nothing happening is wrestling when it's really not. Like you have to sell a story. You have to sell like stuff. Um,
so do you think that it would be okay to charge them higher ticket prices because they're not as likely as the WWE audience to have a family to bring to the events?
what the? I never said they wouldn't have a family.
I'm just saying when you look at the difference between the two, like one's clearly not like a family product and one is. I was just trying to understand what you're saying when you apply it to different circumstance.
Okay, so my point is that TK, when Vince McMahon said, when the CEO of the company said, yeah, Vince McMahon was pricing tickets for families, there's a reason for that. I don't know why they stopped doing that. AEW is literally for like marks, like people who think like that the Young Bucks are the biggest, best tag team of all time.
That's
That's who AEW.
that's your new tag team goats. That's your
No, no,
new
it's
tag
not.
team
It's never
guys.
been my tag team. They've never been my
You
tag
were
team, Gift.
saying a lot of things about AEW recently. We went from
All I said was, this is all I said. All I said was, I appreciate an owner like Tony Khan because he actually listens to his fans and he gives them what they want. Okay, that's all I said.
mm,
Nothing else. Doesn't mean I like AEW wrestling. Doesn't mean I like AEW. All I said was I respect Tony Khan for doing that. That's all it. That's all it was.
okay, okay. It's not what I heard, but okay.
That's literally what you heard. That's literally verbatim what you heard. There's nothing else
All right,
could have taken
relax,
away from that.
relax.
Um,
This is actually a family product, so you need to calm down.
I
This
didn't
podcast.
use. Okay, well, you're the worst person I've ever met in my life.
um.
Um,
So
but
yeah,
yeah, like
corporate greed is ruining something that you
corporate
love.
greed is yeah, corporate greed is ruining a lot of stuff, and that's why like when people say, "Oh, you know, I've been working at this corporation for 60 years, and they're going to give me this," I'm like, "No, they're not. Just leave whenever you get a better job. Who cares?"
Yeah, fuck that. I
Like
always
imagine like slaving away for a fucking corporation and thinking, "Yeah, they're gonna repay me." No, they're not. They're gonna if you die today, they're gonna replace you the next day. You're nothing.
yeah.
Don't worry about it. Uh,
So what do we do?
but
What do we do as a fan to show our dissatisfaction? Do we not watch WrestleMania? If because if like if you are you going to stand 10 toes down on this stage
I'm
again?
not gonna lie. I'll watch this year's WrestleMania, but I'm definitely not watching next year's because it's Saudi Arabia.
What if they
Definitely
let
not
the
watching.
women not wear the weird leather suits and they just let
Yeah,
them
that's
wear
not
white?
happening. It's such a
Yeah.
weird like thing. Like, why go there? Like, why even like? What's the
Because they're
point?
giving
The
them like $100 million.
isn't that crazy? Like, everything's just for money. Like, everything just
Oh, it yeah,
depends on
but
money.
like I don't know when. Well, a lot of the complaints you were saying, I'm not saying it's revisionist history, but I feel like literally ever since Vince Jr. started like buying up territories and basically killing every other territory.
Well, I wasn't alive around there, so I don't care. I don't know what the
That's
fuck you're
true,
talking
but
about.
well, I was just saying that it was kind of like, at least with this company specifically, it was always almost like a corporate greed. That's what made them like a national wrestling company in the first place. They fucked over everybody else and they became the
Okay.
biggest product. And when you complain about, it's almost like when you
So
like
you're
a,
telling me right now, me complaining about TKO is the same as Vince McMahon taking over territories. You know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm actually glad he did that because if he didn't, wrestling would be dead. Nothing would wrestling wouldn't be a thing. He actually saved wrestling when he did that. Hulk Hogan and Vince McMahon made wrestling bigger than it is. Because if it was in the territory days, it'd be like the fucking you. It'd be like going to like a what we go to every Saturday. That's what it would be. That's what wrestling would be. We probably wouldn't even be into it. So I
I
don't
don't
want to hear
know.
it.
I kind of I mean, this is all a big what if, but it also depends on a lot of other factors. Like, you know, the whole bit with the territories was that it worked because nobody traveled outside of the territory to go see them do
Exactly,
the
and that's because
exact same
technology.
shit.
There was no technology. Like technology was scarce back then. So there wasn't, and you didn't have easy access to like planes and buses like you do
Yeah,
today.
but
So people,
but everybody had like TV tapings. There was a lot of TV tapings out.
okay, but you just said travel, so you just went back to what you just said.
I mean, I don't know how local TV tapings work versus.
I don't care what anybody says. What Vince McMahon did was the best thing to do for wrestling as an entertainment form.
Because I guess if it wasn't him, it was just going to be somebody else.
It was gonna be someone else. Someone else was gonna do it. So if he did it, oh well. Like think about it. If territories were still a thing, they would still be around in other parts of the world, and they're not because nobody cares. Like
I
no one
was
gives a shit.
I was more just trying to say more broadly about just like the corporate greed overall. Like even Vince was um
Okay, but there's a
to that
difference.
extent.
Vince was trying to like make an entertainment form last. TKO is destroying it.
Like you think
He,
that
eh,
do you think that like wrestling won't be a
it's not like
thing in like 20 years?
It's not like Vince McMahon was trying to save like it's not like Vince McMahon was going around these territories and like killing people or like I don't know. It's not like Vince McMahon was taking over these territories and he was just cutting them and they don't have jobs anymore. He was offering them jobs in his territory and he expanded and he made it national. He made it a national thing and soon he made it an international thing. What TKO is doing is TKO is just going to whoever the highest bidder is, and then they're hiking up ticket prices. Like if Las Vegas paid you like $6 million to host WrestleMania there, why are your ticket prices so high? You already got a lot of money. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it's like there's a difference between this corporate greed and like
See, but
competition court greed. Like that was competition. He wanted to win.
like even when they
This is
did
just
it in
corporate greed.
Philadelphia placed a bid to get WrestleMania. So like I'm basically agreeing with what the end of what you're saying. Like they placed a bid and they chose that out of all the other places that bid.
And then they're still charging like an arm and a leg for tickets. Like it's not
So
like
as long as they bring it down to a reasonable price, you're chill. Or is
yeah,
it
I mean,
also
dude,
like
don't
the weird like
nosebleeds
Pat
should not
McAfee?
be costing that much. No, I don't care what Pat McAfee says. Pat McAfee does not talk for us.
Do you think that The Rock came in because of TKO just to like fuck everything
I
up?
think so.
Or
I
was that
think so.
like
It makes sense. I
like
think it makes sense now that you think about it. Because John Cena, he did an interview and he was like, I wanted to come on every week and I wanted to my like he wanted his last day to be like the last day of the year
yeah,
or whatever the last wrestling show of the year would be. Like that's what he wanted to
a
do.
year of Cena?
And yeah, and TKO said, no,
Yeah,
we only need you for like 32 days. And it's
that fucking they suck.
like
Well,
you actually think Triple H would say, no, you can't come for how long you want. No, Triple H wouldn't do that. Triple H would give him his respect and be like, yeah. We can do that for you. You can come every week. It was definitely TKO because TKO was like, oh, these are the dates we can sell like high price tickets because John Cena is going to be in town.
But that just again at its face doesn't make sense to me because if you go from 33 to even if you had him do just like if you had him just do Raw, you did 50 there's 54 Raws a year. They get, let's just say it's, 45 because you get some weeks off or whatever the fuck. Like it's still an additional 15 cities that would have sold more tickets knowing that he would have been there
Yeah,
regardless. Like
yeah.
it's
He
not
was
like
saying like
people
he
were
wanted
going
he
to go from like I'm not driving an extra 2 hours because he's not in my city anymore. Like I wouldn't have done
yeah,
that.
like it was just stupid by what, and I think the reason The Rock said the reason he was in Bad Blood was, I mean, I don't know. I think he's doing a little politicking there. I don't think like I think he wanted to involve himself in the storylines, but he saw that like he probably just couldn't do them, and like he might be using TKO as an excuse. They probably did ask him to go, but it was probably like part of the storyline, and he just couldn't go anymore or something like that. I think it's like a truth and a lie. I'm pretty sure TKO did ask him, but I think he wanted to be part of the storyline, but they couldn't write him in the storyline because it didn't make sense. Like, why would John Cena sell his soul for The Rock?
Yeah.
You know?
I think that they're clearly like that idea, if we're looking back on it, it could have worked if you just had John Cena become a bad guy. There's so many like when he walked out and he was like, "Yo, you guys are actually really annoying. You bothered me my whole career. You guys even when I was like really trying to be the best person I could be, you guys chanted every match that I sucked." Like there's something there. There's something that people love like things being real or like not things being real, but like when the problems and gripes that they have are reflected in reality. Like that's why like Drew McIntyre, people got behind him to an extent in the beginning at least when he was talking about how I get screwed every time and like all that stuff. People would get behind that because that looks real. Like he does. I mean John Cena being like, yeah man, I can't go outside without one of you dickheads bothering me in public. Like that's very like that's good. They were like, nah, let's just not do that. Let's just have you say that because you probably had that prepared to be the beginning of your run for the past, year.
And then go back
And
on it
then
and
never
don't do it again
reference
ever.
kind of any of that
Yeah.
ever again. And oh yeah, the Rock's here. Oh yeah, Travis Scott, by the way.
Yeah,
Johnny Mo.
Travis Scott was I'm pretty sure like a TKO thing. Like he got involved. He was supposed to have a match or something and they just didn't do it. Um but yeah, it's just bad. It's just bad now. And I just think WWE might, I think maybe in 20 years it
It
might
won't be
still
a
be a thing.
thing,
I just don't
or
I
it'll
don't
just be
know.
like
I don't
a
think
extremely
I
niche.
don't yeah, I think it will just I don't think it will be as popular. Um because like even now, like they can't even build new stars. Like that's the other thing. Like building new stars is hard for them.
I think it's just because they made everything so hokey. Like I think it's just from like like the principles of wrestling now. The only way that you can like they're not really doing any crazy new unheard of things at like the top of the cards. But it's you
It's not
have
even that.
people
It's just like tell me the youngest star. Like they can't make new stars. Like Triple H, that's a gripe I have with this booking.
Javon
Like he can't.
Evans,
Like he's having trouble making new stars. Like he's having trouble pulling triggers on stars. Like he didn't pull the trigger on LA Knight. He like even though LA Knight's like 40, yeah, but that's still a new face that WWE people will know for a while. He fucking took the title off Carmelo Hayes for fucking Sami Zayn again. Like how many times are we gonna get Sami Zayn being the underdog? Like cool, bro, we get it. It was like 8 years ago, yeah, sure. Now it's like tiring. It's like okay, come on, like what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like it's just
I don't know what it is. I think there's so many different eras of people with that's the problem when you have too many different changes and who is running creative and all that and just like Like if
What
you
are you
think about
talking
Triple
about?
H, like you have
It's just
Triple
been
H's
Triple H and
dudes
Vince.
in NXT when he was running that shit, and then they would get brought up to Vince, and Vince would just cook the shit out of them and not use them, and they get shipped out. Okay, cool.
Um, Another thing I will say with Triple H is that he was like a lot of his stars this year that would have been in major storylines were hurt, so I'll give him a
Yeah,
break on that. Like Bianca Belair has been hurt. She was supposed to be the one who takes on.
Jade.
Yeah, she was supposed to
Dude,
be
she
the
had
one
like a
taking on.
finger thing, and it like turned out it was
Yeah,
like this thing, and then it was like a surgery, then it fucked up, then it
the
was like two
Rhea
different
the Rhea Ripley
surgeries.
one, the Rhea Ripley one sucks. They could have like done anybody else.
Yeah, and Liv Morgan just got a giant hematoma on her head.
Yeah,
That look when I saw that live, I was like, oh shit, that looked
looks
like
like a
it
titty.
hurt. Oh,
But
was that?
yeah,
Do you think that
I
TV
don't know.
break was real? Like she really just smacked her head on that TV?
I think so, or I think she hit Roxanne in the head, like
I
when they
think it
bumped
was when
into.
they, yeah, that's what I saw first when they like just shoved because they're just standing there. She just shoved them into
Just
him.
standing there menacingly.
Bink, menacingly. Low key, I thought it was going to be uh Roxanne to be the one to betray, but Raquel. Sad.
You think it's gonna be Raquel?
Didn't Raquel just beat the shit out of them?
Did she? I didn't know. I don't think she
Or
did.
maybe it was Stephanie Vicor, and I just kind of assumed because they kind
Yeah,
of
it
all
was
wear the
Stephanie
same
McClure who
colors.
did it.
That makes sense. Never mind. I completely forgot. I will say though, I've been tuning into Raw. I got Netflix now. I've been watching on
I'll
Mondays.
tune in on Monday since it's the go home Raw to see what's going on. But yeah, I'm not. I don't have high hopes for WrestleMania. Is what I'm saying. I don't
But
think it's gonna be good.
high hopes, high hopes. Um, I don't know. I think that it's going to be. I. Hmm. I think perception. Everybody's perception does change how we feel about shit. Like even when we were watching certain events before, like Money in the Bank and all that shit. When it was just us and we really kind of didn't have the sound on too much. Like if somebody just started shitting on somebody, that really changed the mood of how we viewed that person. Just even in our own little bubble of 6 people watching. So I just hope that that doesn't happen again, especially during the Logan Paul match, and I have to sit there and have to defend my goat against all of you non-Mavericks. You know what
You
I
need to
mean?
stop. You
No,
need to stop.
I need to keep going.
You need to stop.
What's not to love about Speed, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory?
Austin Theory is fine, but Speed and Logan Paul, well, Speed's fine too. Like that's a celebrity involvement I get. Speed, and what's his name? Like what's his name? Fucking Lil Yachty, because they're not in the main event of WrestleMania. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
they're
was he
just
on
mid. They're in a mid.
SmackDown?
Yeah, they're just in a mid card feud, so they're not like doing anything
Mm,
crazy. But the
yeah.
fact that Pat McAfee, like, it's not even that he's in like the main event. It's just because of the story he's a part of too. What do you have to do with Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes' story? Like,
Yeah.
where does that even come in?
Well, even I don't know about how deep this Pat McAfee TKO tie has gone, but just for them to be like,
Ari
yo, like,
Emanuel's Ari Emanuel's his agent. That's what it is.
yo, you know what you should do? You should fight Gunther. I was watching the Unreal season recently. I know it's a couple months old now, but it's never too
I
late to
haven't
catch
watched
up.
it.
It's it is what it is. Uh Loki, they kind of do their best to make Jelly Roll look nice. They glazed the shit out of him, not deservingly, but also at the same time, he knows that everybody hates him. And he was like, yo, when we have, I forget what match he had at SummerSlam, I think. He was like, yo, can I lose? Like, I think everybody would really love to see me lose. So I think he's self aware, but
Yeah, he shouldn't win at all. Like, he shouldn't
that's what he was
be
saying. He's
winning.
like, he went up to them the day before, or like the day of, to Triple H and was like, yo, can I lose? They're like, I don't really know about that. But yeah, have you been holding on to that uh this speech about the state of professional wrestling for a while, or is it
Yeah, I
finally
also
all like
think
come to a head?
like I also do think Triple H has been bad too. Like I didn't talk about that a lot, but yeah, he's been pretty bad. Like he's been abysmal this last year. Like his hot start in 2024 to like I guess the Bad Blood match, like Bad Blood that year. After that, it's been like Like even the decision for Jey Uso to win the Royal Rumble and then
Mm.
beat Gunther, the guy who eventually retires John Cena in WrestleMania, was a dumb decision.
Yeah.
Like in no world should Gunther be losing to
Jey
fucking
Uso. Well,
yeah.
yeah, but it's not Jey Uso anymore. During that feud, he elevated himself to main event Jey Uso. So, remember who you're talking
Okay.
to.
Yeah, whatever.
Listen, you gotta be worried about Jey Uso because he's versing with his brother
Oh
Logan
no.
Paul and
Isn't
Austin
he in
Theory.
that yeah, look at that. Goes from a world title feud and now he's fucking fighting Logan Paul and Austin Theory.
And I would argue that LA Knight is the strongest part of that tag team.
Yeah.
LA Knight and Speed, bro. I can't wait to see it. That's probably the biggest thing. The most exciting people in that match. You know
Dude,
what?
the
Never mind.
thing
Logan Paul.
and like I don't know, I just don't want Pat McAfee to be in the fucking main event of WrestleMania night one. Like I just don't want that. That's just so
Maybe
disgusting.
he gets taken out. Uh, like the
By like a
pre-show.
comet.
A comet? Did you say?
Yeah, like a nuke hits him.
I don't know. Maybe Danhausen curses him or something.
That'd be tough.
What do you think Danhausen's gonna do for WrestleMania?
I think he's gonna be the comedy act of fucking WWE for 3 years.
And we never. That's the whole. But the whole bit is that we never actually get to see him wrestle.
I guess. I don't
Instead,
know.
he
I don't
just does
know. I don't really.
backstage skits for 3 years.
Yeah.
Nice. I fuck with it. Low key, I feel like the love for him kind of forced because everybody was shitting on him in the beginning, and all you heard was in the comments, "Nah, for real, this guy's good. You just got to give him a minute to see." And I feel like it's maybe I no, I think force is the right word. People are glazing him just because they want to prove the fucking randoms in the comment section that they were right on a random TikTok post 3 months ago or a month ago or whatever. But that's why I'm glad I stepped off of all social media. It's so nice, man. Just having my own
Dude, I
thoughts.
got off of Twitter and like getting off of Twitter is actually really all you
It
need. You don't
like
have to do any.
it makes you a better person. I'm reading. I read books now. Not really informing myself on anything relevant. I'm reading a book about the day in the life of a medieval person.
Yeah,
But
that sounds fun.
low key, man.
Uh,
Low key. It kind of is. They showered. Or they bathed, technically, is the right word. They bathed. Did you know? People think they were just stinky. No. Legally they were mandated 2 to 3 baths in the monastery a year.
okay, I don't want to hear about this anymore.
Bruh. They had
So how's it going with that chick, buddy?
uh we might go hiking
Oh, nice. When?
probably Sunday. Because we got Saturday. Saturday I got work and then family birthday party. And then I'm gonna hang out with you
Mm.
guys. And then Sunday is work. And then softball season starts.
Oh God, I forgot. Oh, you should invite her to your game.
Nah. I mean, maybe if like things go well and like that could be like a thing. Like, oh, you come to my game,
Cheer me
shower,
on.
change, and then we
I need your
go
strength. I
do
need your
like
strength.
something. But yeah. But no, yeah, here's our first date. Can you like interact with all of these random people you don't know and then sit there and basically watch me for about an hour and 15 minutes? Cool. It doesn't seem like the best. the best thing. But what do I know? So yeah, we'll see. Because she asked me what I was doing this weekend, but I don't know if like a I don't know. That might seem fun. Like a 3 p.m. Sunday afternoon little walk along a trail somewhere.
Which trail? You should go to Tyler State. Oh, wait, where is she? I don't even know where she's from.
Yeah, I suggested that because she was
Oh, you suggested Tyler State Park?
I did well because she was bringing it up before she was because I was talking about my like mini vacation that I did, and she was like, yeah, if I would do that, I would try and drive like from East Coast to West Coast and back and hit up a bunch of national state parks and all that. And I said, oh, you should try Tyler State Park. I walked along there; it's pretty cool, and that's what got us talking about hiking and trails. Um, yeah, I've been to Tyler State Park. It's pretty cool. Like I was walking there once, and in the tall grass, like 10 feet away from me, like three deer just like popped up out of the grass and were just like staring at me. It was kind of funny. But yeah, have you ever done the kayaking there?
No,
You
I've
could
only
do
been there
like
once. I should go there again.
it's always every time I go down there, it's pretty popping because people will just like hang out there with their families and just hang along the river. But I don't know. I always just feel real weird about open bodies of water. Not
Why?
open. I don't know. Like yeah, but like it's just disease. I don't know. Like what if a fish gives me a disease?
Okay.
Or it's dirty water, non-filtered, not clean. I'll swim in a pool. I do like the ocean because that's like salt water. Uh, there's just something about a river. I don't know. It scares me. You got anything else you want to talk about?
Not really. I think we're pretty good for today, right?
Yeah, yeah. We banged out an hour. Make sure to check out all the other podcasts, aka the movie podcast, and who knows, maybe we decide to bring back the pro wrestling podcast. Seems like there's a lot of passion and enthusiasm from our host Abner here. This is technically, I guess I would say, a mini episode of the Real Graps Pod. If you want to listen to some older stuff, uh, you can look that up. There's a bunch of links of everything in the link tree. Any last words?
Uh, Subscribe to the OnlyFans.
Um, I wasn't, I wasn't ready to tell the public yet about that, but I'm proud of you for deciding to step up and you're like Pam Bondi's husband. You post pictures of
Who the
yourself
fuck's
with
who the fuck's Pam Bondi?
oh you didn't oh dude all right well we have enough it's worth it all right so I forget if it's Christy Gnome's husband I think it was Christy Gnome she did she was like involved in government I think fucked up like the Epstein files or something and they fired
Mm-hmm.
her so they fired her and then it came out that her husband they came out with pictures of him in like giant tits and in like leggings and shit. And it
uh,
turns out that he would like basically when she was away campaigning or doing whatever fuck politicians do, um, he was like sending money to like women online to like I don't know like talk about his big fake tits and he would like dress up in the stuff. It was a very weird thing. Um,
it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, yeah. I again, I it's the end of the episode. If you want to Google it, you can. Christy Gnome's husband and his big fake tits. But that's what you do on OnlyFans, right?
No, I teach people about cooking.
Oh, only pans. Oh, why didn't you say? They should have somebody that does that. There's just a collection of only whatever's only pans, only I can't think of
Only
any now.
fans, only
Only
Dans.
fans,
Like,
only
and it's just a
oh
bunch of
the
guys
All
named
Dan
Dan.
podcast. Yes, I'm Dan. And I'm Dan. You're hanging with the Dans. That's dope. Anyway, goodbye.
Goodbye.